I do not know to begin or where to end, because life itself is beginningless and endless. Like these hills around you, are the clouds wandering above you, are like the sky. You are also beginningless and endless. Nothing ever begins or ends. And that which can have a beginning or an end is bound to be artificial. Nature remains, abides. It is always there. So whenever the question arises to talk about the ultimate, the supreme, the innermost, the very ground of being, it becomes difficult where to begin, where to end. Because it is always there. It has been always so, and it will be always so. There has never been a beginning to it, and never will be an end. So I will begin just in the middle, because that's the only possibility to begin. And I will end just in the middle, because there is no other way to end it. The first thing that I would like to say to you is, I have chosen an Upanishad not to comment upon it. Commentaries are already too much, and they have not helped anybody. They may have harmed many. They may have become hindrances to many, but they have not helped anyone. Commentaries cannot help, because commentaries are second-rate. I am not going to comment on this Upanishad. Rather, on the contrary, I am going to respond to it. I will just echo and re-echo. Really, whatsoever I will say will belong basically to me. Upanishad is just an excuse. Through it, I will explain myself. Remember this. Whatsoever I have felt, whatsoever I have known and lived, I would like to talk about it. But I feel the same has been the case with the seers of the Upanishads. They have known, they have lived, they have experienced the same truth. Their ways of expression may be different. Their language is very ancient. Their language has to be decoded again, so that it becomes available to you, to the contemporary mind. But whatsoever they have said the basic thing. Whenever someone comes to become a void, whenever someone comes to be a nobody, this happens, that which has happened to the seers of the Upanishads. Whenever you are not, the divine becomes present. Whenever you are, the divine is absent. Your presence is the problem. Your absence is the door. These rishis have become totally nobodies. We don't know even their names. We don't know who wrote these Upanishads, who communicated. They have not signed. No photograph of them exists. No knowledge about their life. Simply, they have become absent. They have said whatsoever is true. But just as a vehicle, they have not been in any way involved in the expression. They have made themselves completely absent, so the message becomes totally present. These Upanishads are eternal. They don't belong to this country. They don't belong to any religion. They cannot belong to anybody. They belong only to those who are ready to take a jump into nothingness. I have chosen Upanishads to talk about them because to me they represent one of the purest expression of the ultimate that is possible, if at all it is possible. Really, it is difficult, in a sense impossible, to convey that which is known beyond mind through the mind. In a sense, it is absolutely impossible to say something about that which is felt when you are in deepest of silences. When words don't exist within you, when verbalization ceases completely, when intellect is no more functioning, when the mind is not there at all to memorize, then it happens, then you experience. And when the mind comes back, when the memory starts functioning, when the intellect takes possession of you again, the experience is already past. The experience is not there now. Only echoes of it, only vibrations of it left. Only they can be captured, and through mind only they can be expressed. That's why it has been always impossible, very, very difficult for those who have known to say something. Those who don't know anything, they can say much. But those who know, it becomes more and more difficult to say something. Because whatsoever they say appears false. It can be compared now, because they have a living experience. Now they can feel that what language is doing to it, it is falsifying it. And the lived experience, when it comes into the words, looks dead, pale. A lived experience which is total and in which your whole being dances and celebrates when it is expressed through the intellect, looks just dull, of no significance. Those who don't know, they can talk much because they have nothing to compare. They have no original experience. They cannot know what they are doing. Once someone knows, he knows what a problem it is to express it. Many have remained totally silent. Many have completely remained unknown because of that. Because we can know only about someone who speaks. The moment someone speaks, he enters society. When someone stops speaking, he leaves society. he is no more part of it. Language is the milieu in which society exists. It is just like blood. Blood circulates in you and you exist. Language circulates within society and the society exists. Without language there is no society. So those who have remained silent, they have fallen out of it. We have forgotten them. Really, we have never known them. Somewhere Vivekananda has said, and it is very, very true. He says, Buddha, Krishna, and Christ that we have known are really not really intuitive. They are not really distinctive. They are understanding. Essential moments have been last week. Those who become so silent that they couldn't complete with us are not known, do not be known. There is no hope here. Initially, they cannot speak truth. But those who have become so silent, it's true that to say anything about truth is difficult, but even it has to be tried. It must be tried. Because those who live in total illusions, for them, even a diluted truth will be helpful. For them, even something which carries a very, very far echo will help to change. It is not that Buddha is very happy. Whatsoever he says he feels, it is not true. He feels in the same way as Lao Tse felt. Lao Tse says, that which can be said cannot be true. The moment it is said, it is falsified. But still, those who live in the worlds of many, many illusions, those who are deep asleep, fast asleep, for them, even a false alarm may be helpful. If they can come out of their sleep, if they can be brought to a new consciousness, to a new being, even a false alarm is good. Of course, when they awaken themselves, they will know that it was false, but it has helped. In a sense, wherever we are and whatsoever we are so false that really absolute pure truth is not needed at all. It cannot penetrate you. It will not have any contact. You will not be able to understand it. Only a very diluted truth, modified, in a sense falsified, can have any appeal for you, because then you can understand the language. It has been translated for you. These Upanishads are very simple. They speak in a very heart-to-heart way. They are not philosophic. They are religious. They are not concerned with concepts, with theories, doctrines. They are concerned with a lived truth, of what it is and how it can be lived. You cannot think about it. You cannot philosophize about it. You can only move into it and allow it to move into you. You can only be pregnant with it. You can only be totally absorbed in it. You can melt in it. We will talk about Upanishads, and I will bring my own experience as a response to them. But that is only a stepping stone. Unless you move into the very dimension, it will not be of much use. Unless you move and take a jump into the unknown, it will not help you, or even it may be harmful to you, because your mind is already too much burdened, too heavy. It need not be burdened anymore. I am here to unburden it. I am not going to teach you some new knowledge. I am going to teach you only a pure type of ignorance. When I say a pure ignorance, I mean innocence. I mean a mind which is totally vacant, open. A mind who knows is never open. It is closed. The very feeling that I know closes you. And when you feel that I don't know, you are open. You are ready to move, ready to learn, ready to travel. I will teach you ignorance, unlearning, not knowledge. Only unlearning can help you. The moment you unlearn, the moment you again become ignorant, you become childlike, you become innocent. Jesus says only those who are like small children will be able to enter into my God's kingdom. I will try to make you like small children. Very courageous effort will be needed for it. It is the greatest challenge that can be given to you. And unless you accept the challenge, you will not be able to understand Upanishad or me. For this challenge, few things are to be understood as basic requirements. The first, put aside all your knowledge. For these 8 days, be kindly ignorant. You will not lose that knowledge. If you feel that it is good after 8 days, you can start it carrying again. But for these 8 days, please put down all the burden that is on your mind. Whatsoever you know, don't allow it to interfere here. Because if you allow it to interfere here, I will not be able to create the communion for which I have called you. It is going to be a great experiment. If you put aside your knowledge, and you can, just a decision is needed that for these 8 days, I will not carry my knowledge. I will not say I know. I will just feel that I don't know anything. If you can feel this, you are ready to enter into the unknown. Because the unknown can be entered only when there is no knowledge. The knowledge can lead you only to the known. Only ignorance can lead you to the unknown. Ignorance is just wonderful if you can understand the meaning of it. Put aside whatsoever you know. Oh, what do you know really? You simply go on pretending that you know. You go on talking about the God and about the soul and the heaven and the hell, and you don't know anything at all. But this pretension costs too much, because by and by you are yourself deceived by it. For this 8 days, the first thing to be remembered is be ignorant. Don't discuss, don't argue, don't question, don't answer anybody. If you are ignorant, how can you discuss? And how can you argue? If you are ignorant, how you can question? Really, if you are ignorant, even how you can question? What you can question? Your questions also arise out of your so-called knowledge. And what is there to answer? If you can feel that you are ignorant, you will become silent, because what is there to think about? Your knowledge goes on revolving around and around. It moves in circles in your mind. Put aside it, and not in parts, because no one can put it aside in parts, wholesale. Put it aside completely. Decide for 8 days you will be as ignorant as you were when you were born. Just a child, a new babe, knows nothing, asks nothing, discusses nothing, argues nothing. If you can be a little babe, much is possible. Even that which looks impossible is possible. But if you are ignorant, only then I can work. Only in your ignorance I can transform you. Your knowledge is the barrier. If you feel that your knowledge is so significant and so important you cannot put it aside, then go away. Don't remain here. Because then it is futile. I am not going to increase your knowledge. I am not interested at all what you know. I am interested in you, what you are. And that being that you are can explode only when these barriers of so-called knowledge are thrown away. Be ready for the unknown, and you can be ready only if you are ready to be ignorant. And I say this is very courageous. To feel ignorant is the greatest daring possible to man. Why? Because knowledge gives you ego. Knowledge gives you a feeling that you are somebody. You know this and that. When you feel you are ignorant, there is no food for your ego to feed upon. If you are ignorant, ego disappears. People come to me and they go on asking how to dissolve the ego. And I said, don't try. You cannot dissolve. Rather, put aside your knowledge. And the ego will disappear. It will disappear just like when the sun arises in the morning, dew drops disappear from the grass. It is a dew drop. When you are really not knowing, that's what I mean by ignorance. When you are not knowing, and you say, I don't know anything, I am standing in darkness. Where your ego can stand, can have a foothold. With the knowledge disappears the ego. So the first thing, be ignorant. The second thing, human mind has been totally perverted by serious people. Those who have taken upon themselves the great work to make men serious, they have destroyed all that is beautiful in you. Puritans, moralists, religious teachers, churches, they have destroyed all that is beautiful in you, because the beauty is related to the non-serious. Ugliness is related to the serious. And religion has become ugly because it has become too much attached to seriousness. Don't be serious for these 8 days. Be playful, childlike, playful, non-serious, enjoying yourself, enjoying others, enjoying the whole world around you. The hills are beautiful, and there will be rains and there will be clouds. The night is beautiful, the silence is beautiful. But if you are serious, your doors are closed. Then you are not open to the silence of the night. Because except man, nothing is serious in existence. Be playful. It will be difficult. Because you are so much structured. You have an armor around you. It is so difficult to lose it, to relax it. You cannot dance. You cannot sing. You cannot just jump. You cannot just scream and laugh and smile. Even if you want to laugh, you first want there something to be laughed at. You cannot simply laugh. There must be some cause. Only then you can laugh. There must be some cause. Only then you can cry and weep. You are serious. You look at life like a business or like a mathematics. It is not. Life is poetic, illogical. It is not like work. It is like play. Look at the trees and the animals and the birds. Look at the sky. The whole existence is playful. You are very serious. So no wonder that you have become separate from existence. You are uprooted from it. And then you feel alienated. Then you feel like strangers. Then you feel that this existence is not your home. No one else is responsible for it except you and your seriousness. Put aside knowledge. Put aside seriousness. Be absolutely playful for 8 days. You have nothing to lose. If you don't gain anything, you will not lose anything. What you can lose in being playful? But I say to you, you will never be the same again. If you can really be playful, you will have a new perspective, a new way to look, a new way to be. And when you go back, you will not be the same man. The whole life will change its meaning for you. Because the meaning is given by you. No, life looks like a boredom. Life looks meaningless. You have made it so because of your seriousness. Life is playful, beautiful. But it can be beautiful only if your eyes to beauty are open. People go on asking, where is God? You cannot find Him. Because He is a player. And you are serious. Hindus have been telling for centuries that this existence is God's play. And you are so work-like, so serious. You cannot meet Him, of course, obviously. There is no possibility of your meeting Him. You move in different dimensions. He moves into play. The whole existence is just a play. It is not a work. It is not serious. Put aside your seriousness and for 8 days become godlike, playful. It will be difficult again because you feel you are very mature. You are not. You have not gained maturity. Of course, you have lost your childhood. Just losing childhood is not synonymous of being mature. You can lose childhood without becoming mature. Mature is not old age. Maturity is not concerned with age at all. Maturity is a growth, and the growth must be through childhood, not against it. Remember, your maturity is false because it has been against the child. Child was born, maturity has been created. Child was natural, you are artificial, cultivated. You will have to go back to the child to regain the source from where growth is possible. My insistence for being playful is because of this. I want you to throw back to the very point from where you stopped growing. There has been a point in your childhood when you stopped growing and when you started being false. You may have been angry, a small child in a tantrum, angry, and your father or your mother said, "Don't be angry. This is not good." You were natural. A division was created. And a choice was there for you. If you want to be natural, then you will not get the love of your parents. Of course, you wanted the love. That was the only security for you. You could not have existed without it. So you opted. You surrendered. You pushed your nature aside. You started laughing and smiling. You became a good boy or a good girl. The day you became a good boy or a good girl has been the day of catastrophe. From that moment you have never been natural. From that moment you have been serious, never playful. From that moment you have been dying, not alive. From that moment you have been aging, not maturing. In these 8 days, I want you to throw back to the point where you started being good against being natural. Be playful so your childhood is regained. It will be difficult because you will have to put your masks, your faces. You will have to put aside your personality. But remember, the essence can assert only when your personality is not there, because your personality has become an imprisonment. Put aside. It will be painful, but it is worth, because you are going to be reborn out of it, and no birth is without pain. If you are really determined to be reborn, then take the risk. For these 8 days, be smile, children, again. Don't criticize anybody. Don't condemn anybody. Those type of nonsenses belong to so-called mature people, not to children. What children do. They enjoy. And they enjoy so simple things that for us so-called mature people it looks absurd. The whole world is filled with beauty, truth, love. But you cannot enjoy anything. When we will be meditating from tomorrow morning, enjoy. Remember this. Regain your childhood. Everyone longs for it, but no one is doing anything to regain it. Everyone longs for it. People go on saying that childhood was paradise, and poets go on writing poetry about the beauty of childhood. Who is preventing you? Regain it. I'll give you this opportunity to regain it. Poetry will not help. And just remembering that it was paradise is of not much use. Why not move again into it? Why not be a child again? I say to you that if you can be a child again, you will start growing in a new way. You will be for the first time really alive again. And the moment you have the eyes of a child, the senses of a child, young, vibrating with life, the whole life vibrates with you. Remember, it is your vibration that needs transformation. The world is already always vibrating into ecstasy. Only you are not tuned. The problem is not with the world, it is with you. You are not tuned to it. The world is dancing, always celebrating every moment. It is in festivity. The festival goes on from eternity to eternity. Only you are not tuned to it. You have fallen apart. And you are very serious, very knowing, very mature. You are closed. Throw this enclosure. Move again into the current of life. When the storm comes, the trees will be dancing. You also dance. When the night comes and everything is dark, you also be dark. And in the morning sun arises, let it arise within you also. Be childlike, enjoy. Not thinking of the past. A child never thinks of the past. Really, he has no past to think. A child is not worried about the future. He has no time consciousness. He lives totally unworried. He moves in the moment. He never carries any hangover. If he is angry, then he is angry. And in his anger he will say to his mother, I hate you. And this is not a word. This is the reality. Really, in that moment, he is total hate. Next moment, he will come out and he will be laughing. And he will give a kiss to his mother. And he will say, I love you. There is no contradiction. These are two different moments. He was total hate, and now he is total love. He moves, just like a river goes on moving, zigzag. But wherever he is, wherever the river is, it is total, flowing. For these 8 days, be like children, total. If you hate, hate. If you love, love. If you are angry, then be angry. And if you are festive, then be festive and dance. Don't carry on anything from the past. Remain to the moment true. Don't hanker for the future. For these 8 days, drop out of time. Drop out of time. And that's why I said don't be serious, because the more serious you are, the more time conscious. A child lives in eternity, there is no time for it. He is not even aware of it. 8 days will be real meditation if you drop out of time. Live the moment and be true to it. Thirdly, put aside knowledge, put aside seriousness, and thirdly, put aside the division of mind and body. Divided, you cannot meet the one God. Divided, you cannot come to the non-dual reality. You are dual. The reality will be dual. You have to be one. Only then the reality begins to be one. It is you who ultimately decide what reality is. If you are mad, the whole existence is mad. If you are silent, the whole existence is silent. If you are in love, you feel the whole existence is loving. It is you who decide the quality of existence around you. And you are divided. You think your body, your mind are two things, not only two, but contrary, opposed, fighting, enemies. No, they are not. They are two extremes of one rhythm. They are two poles of one existence. The outer is the body, the inner is the soul. But between outer and inner you exist. You are neither inner nor outer. Outer is your part and inner also is your part. You exist in between. Become a unity. At least for 8 days, don't divide yourself. Become one. If you can become one, you will have a tremendous energy released. And only that energy can lead you into meditation. Otherwise, there is no way. Go in a church. They talk and they talk and they talk. They preach. Go in a religious meeting. Words, words, words. As if God is only a cerebral question. It has to be solved through mind. No, it will not be of much help. Meditation alone won't do. The body has to be brought in. That's why in my meditation techniques, I don't take you as divided. You are one. If your mind is feeling angry, allow your body to be angry. If your mind is feeling happy, allow your body to dance. Don't create a division. Let yourself come deep down to the body and allow the body to flow to your innermost core. Become a flow. You are frozen. I would like to melt you and create a flow again. That's why I insist on active meditation. By active, I only mean that your body must be involved in it. If you simply sit in a Buddha posture, you can go on thinking and thinking and thinking. The body is not involved in it. And the body is the world. Through body you are related to the existence. Through body you exist. Your meditation must in some way be deeply rooted in the body. Otherwise, it will become just a dream, floating in the mind, just like clouds without any roots in the earth. I want to put you back to the earth. For these 8 days, don't create any division. Be body and soul both simultaneously. The feeling, just the feeling that you are one, will dissolve your many anguishes, many tensions, which you have created by artificial division. The whole society, the modern society, is paranoid because of this division. Schizophrenic because of this division. Split. Standing against yourself. Fighting with yourself. Nonsense, but everyone is doing it. In this camp, be one with your body. Have a non-dual flow. Be alive in the body, and in meditations, use your body as much as possible. Only then you will have a real depth in meditation. So don't create division. These 3 things you have to remember. And now few more points, and then I will take the sutra. Few more points for these 8 days. 1, pay more and more emphasis to exhalation. Really, don't inhale, only exhale. Don't be disturbed when I say don't inhale. I mean allow the body to inhale. You exhale and allow the body to inhale. Don't inhale. Whenever you remember, exhale deeply and then relax and leave the body to inhale. This will give you very deep relaxation, because exhalation is death, inhalation is life. The first thing a child has to do is to inhale, and the last thing an old man has to do is to exhale. Death begins with exhalation. Life begins with inhalation. And remember that death is total relaxation. Life is tension. Death is relaxation. Meditation is more like death than like life. But death is not against life. Death is the very source of our life. Life comes out of death and moves again into death. Death is like the ocean, and life is like rivers. They come and fall into the ocean, and then again clouds arise, and again it rains, and again a river is created, and it moves again to the ocean. Death is like ocean. Life is like a river. Death is total relaxation. That's why we are unconsciously afraid of exhalation. We inhale, but we never exhale. Only the body exhales. As a necessity, change it completely. For these 8 days, exhale and allow the body to inhale. That will relax you, your body, your mind, your whole nervous system. And when I say exhale deeply, I don't mean to create any strain. Don't create any strain. Simply exhale deeply and enjoy it, that you are dying in it. The life is moving into the ocean of death. Relax and surrender and exhale deeply and enjoy it. And then wait. I don't say that prevent. No, simply wait. Don't do anything for inhalation for or against. The body will take the inhalation by itself. And if you have deeply exhaled, a deep inhalation will occur. But your emphasis should be on exhalation. One. Second, thrice we will be meeting here, but there will be time in between. What you are going to do in that time? Remember one thing, don't do all that you have always been doing. Don't continue it. The same talk, the same way. Don't continue it. Put it aside. Be new. Be original. Don't do whatsoever you have been doing. Change it. Because it has become a pattern of habit. And if you continue that pattern, new things cannot evolve. Put it aside. Throw it away. For these 8 days, don't move in your old patterns of habit. Don't talk things you have been talking always. The moment you remember, stop. You know you have talked this so many times. You have been saying this to your wife for years. And you know what she will answer. Everything has become a routine, a mechanical repetition. Don't say. Say something new. Or if you cannot find, it is very difficult to find to say something new. Remain silent. That will be something new. And this will look foolish. But I want you to be foolish for these 8 days. Don't use words, use gestures. If you want to say something to your friend or the partner in the room or your wife or anyone, use gestures. Don't use language. Just be like deaf and dumb. Use gestures. Say something through gestures. Or if you cannot express through gestures, then use sounds, but don't use words. A deep exaltation will happen to you. A deep benediction will come to you. Use sounds or gestures. Don't use words, because words are the mind. Use sounds like birds or animals or gestures. You will have a new feeling in yourself. A new being you will feel within yourself, because the old pattern of the personality is not functioning. You can do this alone also, and it will be work. Any time in the day, sit alone, go to a tree, sit alone near it, and start making sounds. Don't use words. Just small babies do. They go on uttering any sound, repeating, and enjoying it. Baby talk without any language meaning. Just utter any sounds and enjoy the very utterance. What I mean is, don't be a victim of the usual pattern here. Don't be concerned with anyone else. You are always concerned. Be concerned with yourself. Be totally selfish. Be concerned with your own self. Enjoy your being. Enjoy the surroundings. Meditate with the group and alone. And be totally centered in yourself. What others are doing, don't think about it. Allow others to do whatsoever they want to do. Don't interfere anywhere. Even the idea that you can allow others whatsoever they want to do will free you. Because unnecessarily you are burdened by others. Totally selfish. It looks very religious when I say be totally selfish. To me, it is the only religion. Because when you are really selfish, you can do something for others. Because unless you have something, how can you do? How can you help? How can you love? How can there be compassion? You are within nothing. And you go on serving others and thinking about others. That is only an escape to forget yourself. In a meditation camp, don't do that. Remember yourself and forget others. And the last thing. In the meditations, don't do them partially. Don't do them half-heartedly. Nothing will come out. Meditation is not mathematical. Don't think that if I do 50%, then at least 50% will be the outcome. No. 0 will be the outcome. 100% effort can only bring you any result. Less will not do. It is just like heating water. At a particular degree, 100 degree, it evaporates. Don't think that at 50 degrees it will evaporate half. It will not evaporate. It will become lukewarm. I don't want you to become lukewarm here. Be either hot or cold and leave. If you are cold, then leave. No need to make any effort unnecessarily. Why tire yourself? If you are 100% hot, be here and you will evaporate. I guarantee that. That's absolute certain. If you make 100% effort, if you don't withhold yourself, if you melt in the process completely and forget yourself, abandon yourself completely in it, the thing that you have been hankering for life together can happen. It can happen in a single moment. Only a totality of abandonment is needed. And we will be doing these 3 meditations in group. That too for a specific reason. Because you are individuals only on the top. Deep down, you are not individuals. We belong to each other. We are rooted in one consciousness. So a group meditation can be tremendous experience. You are not alone there. If you can abandon, if you can surrender, if you can melt completely, the group soul takes you over. You are not there. Then the group dances and you dance as part of it. Then the group feels blissful and you feel blissful as part of it. Then the group moves, sways, dances, and you are part of it. Abandon yourself totally, and then the group takes you over. It becomes a fast, strong current, and you are simply taken over. These 3 group meditations are not individual meditations. You start as an individual, but sooner or later you are not there, and the group soul has started functioning. And when the group soul starts functioning, you have entered the divine. So don't remain individuals. That is false, egoistic. Melt down. And things will start happening to you. Many things are possible. And I hope they will happen to you. If you are really ready, if you have been dreaming about them, hoping about them, and you have not come here as a casual visitor, but as a seeker, to stake something, to accept the challenge, and to move on the greatest adventure that is possible to human consciousness, then everything can happen to you. Now, I will take the sutra. Om, may Brahma protect us both. May he nourish us both. May we both achieve energy. May this duty wake us both illumined. May we never hate each other. Om, peace, peace, peace. It is beautiful. Teacher and the taught both are praying to the ultimate. The disciple and the master both praying to the ultimate. Om, may Brahma protect us both. Because as a master or as a disciple, you are not real. Because master is a division. Disciple is a division. Master is a fragment and the disciple is also a fragment. Both are praying that the ultimate should take care, should take control. The master will lose himself as the master and the disciple will lose himself as the disciple. They will become one. In a deeper reality, they will melt down. May Brahma protect us both. Now, forget the Upanishad. We are here. And let this prayer be yours. May Brahma protect us both. I should not function here as an individual. You should not function here as an individual. Rather, we should become one. I am ready. If you are also ready to meet me, there is no difficulty. And then, it is not that I am leading you towards something, not that you are led by me, but we both are moving towards something. Together. I am not the leader, you are not the led. I am not the teacher and you are not the taught. We both are moving towards a deeper reality together. No one is a leader and no one is a taught. This is the feeling of the prayer. May Brahma protect us both. May he nourish us both. May we both achieve energy. May this duty wake us both illumined. May we never hate each other. Om, peace, peace, peace. There is every possibility that the disciple may start hating the master. Because if you love, the possibility of hate is always there. If you love the master, then the other part of that love is hate. And when you love, the hate can erupt any moment. Hate is part of it. Really, love and hate are not two things, but two aspects. Hate is not against love. It is the counterpart of it. The other aspect of the coin. So when a disciple loves the master, every moment the possibility is there, he may hate. And the possibility will grow more when the master tries to transform him. Because then he seems dangerous. then he seems destructive. If I say, through your knowledge, you will feel I am like an enemy to you, because your knowledge is your treasure. If I say, don't be serious, be like children, your ego will feel hurt. You will feel this man is leading towards something which will be stupid, foolish. You can start hating me any moment. If I am really bent upon to transform, to mutate you, then the possibility is always more and more that you will start hating me. That's why the Master says, may this duty make us both illumined, may we never hate each other. And this sentence is really something exceptional, extraordinary. May this duty make us both illumined. The Master is already illumined. Otherwise he is not the Master. The disciple is not illumined. Otherwise there is no need to be a disciple. But the Master says, may this duty illumine us both, wake us both illumined. This is really subtle. Master is awakened. But this awakening is his own experience, not the disciples. The disciples only believes it, that the Master is awakened. He cannot know it. And when Master and disciple move as a couple, as a pair, not different and separate, together, the disciple will come to know, when the awakening comes, that both have become awakened, both have become Buddhas. One meaning. Another meaning is also there. You can be alone illumined. That is one experience. And when you move with someone else and the illumination happens to both, it is something else again. It is not the same. Buddha is illumined, enlightened under the Bodhi tree. This is individual illumination. He has come to an individual awakening. But the whole world around him, millions and millions of souls around him are walking in sleep. Buddha moves in these sleepwalkers and tries to awaken others. Whenever someone is awakened again, Buddha's own illumination is increased. Remember, because when before in the darkness one lamp was burning, now two lamps are burning. Then a third one awakens, then three lamps are burning, then a fourth one awakens, and the light goes on growing. The light goes on growing. And now Buddha is not an individual. So whenever, wherever enlightenment happens, it is his enlightenment also. This is deep and subtle, but worth to be remembered always. That a Buddha's enlightenment also goes on growing. Whenever a disciple awakens, Buddha's light grows. Buddha is already awakened, there is no problem to it. It is just like I burn a lamp in a room. The room is lighted. There is no darkness. Then I bring another lamp. The light increases. Then I bring a third lamp, and the light increases more. The whole world goes on being filled with more and more light. whenever a master is capable to help a disciple to be enlightened. This here says a wonderful thing. No one has said it anywhere. That may this duty wake us both illumined. Om, may my limbs become strong. Also let my speech, prana, vital air, sight, hearing and all the sense organs be vigorous. That's what I am saying to you. Allow your body to be relived by you. Don't separate. Be joined together with it. Move into it deeply. When you move deeply into it, everything becomes strong, alive, new. Also my speech, my prana, vital air, sight, hearing, and all the sense organs be vigorous. All existence is the Brahma of the Upanishad. May I never deny Brahma. This is one of the most revolutionary things ever uttered. May I never deny Brahma. May not Brahma deny me. Let there be no denial at all. Let there be no denial, at least on my part. Don't deny. Because everything is Brahma. Everything is that absolute. So whenever you deny Him. Whenever you condemn, you may condemn whomsoever you like. But whatsoever, you condemn him. You condemn a thief. You condemn a murderer. He is condemned. Because only he is there. That's why I say this is one of the most revolutionary sayings. All existence is the Brahma. May I never deny Brahma. In any way, conscious, unconscious, open or hidden. May I never deny Brahma. Let there be no denial at all. The negative mind, the denying mind is the irreligious mind. The mind which goes on saying no, which has not the capacity and courage to say yes, is the irreligious mind. The religious mind is a ease-saying mind. Even if there is something which looks wrong to you, and your whole mind feels to condemn it, a religious mind will say, it appears to me that way. But who knows? It is my judgment that it is wrong. It may not be so. Because what is the value of my judgment? Some people brought a woman to Jesus and they said she has committed adultery and she has to be killed, and this has been the law, that kill her by stones, throwing stones at her. Jesus said, the law is true, but only those persons can throw stones at her who have not committed adultery ever, not even in the mind. Then come forward. Only those persons who have not committed adultery actually are in imagination. The crowd was having stones. They were standing just to kill her, lynch her. Now people started dispersing because there was no one who has not committed adultery in mind even. Finally, Jesus and the woman were left. The crowd dispersed. And the woman said, I have committed wrong. I am guilty. Punish me. Jesus said, who I am to punish you? Who I am to punish you or condemn you? It is between you and your God. This is the attitude of the religious man. No condemnation. Who you are to condemn? Self-appointed. Unnecessarily. Creating problems for you and others. And don't deny. Denial goes deep. You deny your body. You deny your senses. You deny everything. You have become a great denier. And then when you get suffocated, you cry and you say, why this anguish? Why this misery? This misery is created by you. A person who goes on denying everything will get more and more shrinked, frozen inside. He cannot do anything. Everything is wrong. He cannot eat this. He cannot love in this way. He cannot move in this way. He cannot do this. Only cannots and cannots all around him. Denials and denials. Then the life gets suffocated. Then you feel miserable. This is one of the most revolutionary sayings ever uttered. There should be no denial at all. Let there be no denial, at least on my part. This goes even deeper. Look at the beauty of it. Because there is every possibility that if I say to you, don't deny, and someone denies, you will deny him. Then why you are denying? If I say, don't condemn, and someone condemns, you will condemn him. Mind goes on playing tricks. In new shapes, it brings all the old diseases again and again. I was talking to a woman, and she is a great condemning mind. She goes on condemning everyone. Whenever she comes to me, she goes on condemning this and that. Then I told her that this is not good. I don't say that whatsoever you say is not true. It may be. That is not the point. Your condemning is wrong. So she said, if you say, I will not condemn anybody. Next day she came again, and she said, another, your disciple is condemning. He is not good. Now the definition has changed. What is good and what is bad. But the condemnation continues. Now he is not good. The Rishi says, let there be no denial at all. Let there be no denial, at least on my part. Whatever virtues are in the Upanishads, may they abide in me. Who am devoted to the Atman, may they abide in me. Om, peace, peace, peace. A master is really the home, the abode of all the virtues. Whatsoever Upanishads teach, whatsoever virtues are there, they are nothing compared to the heart of a master. But the deepest virtues is humility, humbleness. He goes on still praying that all the virtues that Upanishads sing about should abide in me. They should not leave me. They should remain in my heart. A real humbleness goes on praying. That is the point. It is never non-prayerful. Even when everything has been achieved, the prayer continues. Because prayer is humbleness, and because prayer is simplicity, and because prayer is innocence. Even if the ultimate is achieved, the prayer goes on continuing. I have heard about one Sufi mystic, Bayezid. He became enlightened, and still he was praying one day, just as ever. So one of his disciples became disturbed. He said, Master, you need not pray. You are already enlightened. Why you are praying? Bayezid is reported to have said that before I prayed for enlightenment, now also I pray for enlightenment. The disciple couldn't understand. He said, what do you mean? The master said, I have prayed so that enlightenment may happen to me. Now it has happened, and I pray in thankfulness, in gratitude that it has happened. But prayer continues. The same prayer. Prayer is an attitude. The master is the abode of all the virtues. Of course, Upanishads are created by the masters, not vice versa. No Upanishad can create a master, and a single master can create all the Upanishads. But the master says, whatever virtues are in the Upanishads, may they abide in me, who am devoted to the Atman. May they abide in me. Om, peace, peace, peace. Now we will meet in the morning.